Hello, happy Mother's Day. My name is Ching-chu, and thank you, Mary Young and Huang, for letting me come here and spend the afternoon with you guys. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my piece, which is a sextet that we're setting up right now. It's called Spheres of Influence, and it came from the idea of figuring out my identity. And I'm Chinese American, so I was born in Iowa, but I speak Mandarin, and when I grew up in sort of in a Chinese household at home, and then all the Western influences came when I went to school. And so I started thinking, like, how does this affect me? And so these two quotes here sort of talk about the piece, in the sense that I started thinking about, what did my parents teach me? Who am I, or are my decisions, and what I like, what I don't like, what I stand for, what I believe in? Do they come from my parents? Yes. Do they come from my friends? Yes. Do they come from my teachers? Of course. So then when I think about that, I think, wow, then the influence I have is not only from my teachers, but from their teachers, and their teachers. Well, my parents raised me because of how they were raised from their parents, and their parents. And although my friends influenced me, I also influenced them. And now I'm a parent, I'm influencing my kids, I see how they're influenced by so many different things. So I started thinking about, like, wow, how does this sort of play into the idea of music? And so, you don't have to read all that. That's me blabbing on and on in my program notes. It might be more interesting for me to talk to you, but this piece is in one movement. It is 14 minutes long, but it has 3 different sections. And the way I think about the sections are that the first section sort of deals with the idea. How does the idea pass from inception to your parents, to us, to your friends? The middle section, well, actually, I'll sort of, when they're ready, I'll have them sort of demonstrate a little section about that. The second section is the idea of goodbyes. You know, at some point as a parent, you're going to say goodbye to your kids, and that's going to be hard. You're going to send them off. Or and we all at some point lose a parent or both parents, and they had to say goodbye. We had to say goodbye to them, but we still live on. You know, they still live on in us. We still live on in our kids. And so that whole middle section is about that. It's about sort of grieving about that, but sort of also understanding that. And the last section then is sort of realizing hope. Like, you know what? We hope that we have raised our kids well. We hope that we've been good influences to our friends. And then when even they don't see us, maybe they'll make the right choices, but they're outside of our view. So, do you guys need a tune, or can you play just a little bit? Just because it's a new piece, I thought it'd be good to give you sort of some landmarks, some sonic landmarks. So the beginning, all the instruments are playing just the pitch E. They're in different ranges, but they're all playing E, and then you hear this little gliss of a minor third start popping out from one to another. That's the idea. That idea will start growing, it becomes longer, it becomes larger, but this way you can track that. So maybe just the first few bars, please. And so that idea starts growing. You can hear the little glisses, so the Chinese style has a little bit of the glisses that I would think of on the The middle section, which is letter H, then, so that whole first section will climax a little bit, and then the first viola here will start sort of the sad section, I guess, if you want to call it that. I can get really all sort of nerdy in terms of talking about ideas and stuff developing. That's not important for today. What's important is maybe listening to a little bit of the last section, which I call my Chinese cowboy music, and hopefully you'll understand why. and those slides and stuff, you'll be able to hear that still get developed into the last section. So hopefully this gives you some sonic landmarks as you listen to this piece, and thank you again for this afternoon. Bye.